I just wanted to have a little discussion about these two things called angle of elevation and angle of depression. These are two phrases that I'm going to see in story problems that involve using trig functions to find hidden measurements. The important thing to remember about all of these story problems you're going to be dealing with on this performances tomorrow are that every situation can be created into a right triangle. The important thing to remember is I need to identify what words are going to give me or help me draw my triangle, and what words hint that this measurement should go here and that measurement should go there. So the first phrase we're going to look at is angle of elevation. The angle of elevation means that the angle at which whatever is elevating, whether it's the road, whether it's a line of sight, that angle is located right there. So at any time you're in a story problem, then the words or phrase, the angle of elevation is, you need to put that angle measure right here in your drawing to help you set up your trig ratio. Now the angle of depression is talking about this angle. And now usually angle of depression means that there's a person, there's a car, there's a tree, there's a bird on top of a tree, there's something going on up here, and this thing is either looking down or throwing down or going to walk down. And we say that this is the angle of depression at which they descend. Angle of elevation is in which they elevate. Now the thing to remember though is that there's this thing called the horizontal. If we say horizontal or read the words horizontal distance, this is what they're referring to, the horizontal leg or horizontal line. Now, because your horizontals are parallel, okay, this angle right here, the angle of elevation, can also accept the angle of depression's measurement, because these two angles right here, remember way back in the day, they are alternate interior angles. So the important thing to remember here is that whether I'm dealing with angle of elevation or I'm dealing with angle of depression, the angle's measurement is going to go right in this bottom left corner of your picture. Now, what other words do I need to be aware of? Vertical distance. Okay, vertical distance is always going to be the vertical leg. Okay, up and down. Vertical distance. Horizontal would be distance walking, miles to the point, any type of movement that is taking you on the ground is your horizontal. That is these lines right here. Okay, your horizontal distances. Now, what kind of words are your problems going to be giving these distances? Okay, if I have to walk up a mountain, a lot of times in these special and angle elevation problems, you will see the words line of sight. Okay, same thing here, line of sight. That means there's a person, or there's a person down here, and they are looking up. Now a lot of the times if Sally is standing, creating an angle of elevation with the ground and with her line of sight, they're talking about this measurement here. Okay, not often will you have a measurement for a line of sight, but if you're walking up a hill, so distance along the hill, okay, that means this distance here that I'm walking up, right? But horizontal distance and vertical distance, look for those words, or the words from the point of the base of the mountain to the top of the mountain, okay, that is considered a vertical distance. This is always the base. The ground is always the base, and when it's talking about the top, here's the top. So these are words that we need to pay attention to, but more importantly, these phrases right here, angle of elevation, angle of depression, should not scare you. All they are talking about is this angle right here in the corner.